That was a weak pop. You gotta pop this like really. This
There
ain't
was no
champagne.
pop. You
That's
made
how
that
you do
happen.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Drinkity Drinks, and we have a special thing for you guys today. We have Old Forester 1920. I've been waiting to try this for a very long time. I just haven't forked over the $60 for it, and
$60.
yeah, but
For
it's
something we ain't even gonna like.
I mean, everybody likes this. I've heard a lot of things about this. I actually was in a bar or a restaurant with her, and I ordered a pour of this, and they gave me the 1897 instead of this, and I clearly asked for a pour of the 1920, and they gave me 1897. So at first I tasted, I'm like, dang, wasn't that bad? 1897 isn't that bad, but it wasn't 1920, so I never tried this, and I heard a lot of stuff about it. So this supposedly is gonna be the best whiskey I've ever had, because I haven't had a lot. The most fanciest one I've had, I did have Stag. I had that at a restaurant. It was okay. I mean, it was great, but it just, for all the hype around it, I don't think it was as big as, you know, the hype that's around it. Yeah, so a little bit about this. I've never tried it. Obviously, it's 115 proof. It's from the Whiskey Row series from Old Forester. Obviously, it's the last one before the 1910, which I also want to try the 1910, a little bit easier and smoother. This one's going to hit a little bit harder, but it'll be great in drinks, even though some people won't want me to make drinks out of it. But
what kind of drink would you make with it?
Anything old-fashioned. I mean, anything you can make with a whiskey, you can make out of it, which I'm going to make a drink out of it today. But first, we're going to try it straight. So, yeah, let's open this thing up. You can do the honors since you have regular nails now.
Yeah, right now I really can't get it open.
So this is the Prohibition style whiskey. I think some of you guys might have heard that. If not, there's plenty of information about this online. There's plenty of information about this online, that this was actually the first, it even says there, the first bottled bourbon ever. And this was one of the only few distilleries that was allowed to remain open during the Prohibition. For they gave whiskey to the war, people that were in the war, and also medicinal purposes. You know, you get rip a limb off, and you might want a shot of this to help ease in the pain.
Pour it on the wound.
That was a weak pop. You gotta pop this like really. This ain't champagne.
You made that happen.
Now the only thing, I know this is brand new bottle, so I'm not really gonna be able to get, the right notes for it. I usually leave it open for a little bit to actually get the flavors to, evolve or whatever, or mix in, because this is straight from the bottle. Some people say if you wait a little bit, then it starts to, develop into all the characteristics that it, is known for. It smells really sweet, and it smells like Old Forester. I have the Old Forester 100 bourbon and the 100 rye, which I like for mixing drinks. It's a great mixer.
I feel like it doesn't smell as strong as I expected it to smell.
Yeah, I know. I expect it to be a little bit strong, to be in 115. Like, this is probably one of the strongest bourbons you've ever tried. I don't think I gave you something that strong before. Usually around the 100. This is going to be pretty.
I had Bacardi 151.
Bourbon.
I know, but...
So yeah, you can find all types of information. The only reason I really want to drink is to see if I really like it, if it's my favorite bourbon, or if I'm ever gonna buy it again. But people say it's one of the most undervalued bottles that you could find on the shelf, period. That it should be worth like 100 or something. Yeah, a lot of flavors, and it's not that hard to drink for being so strong. Mm-hmm. It's still kind of mellow.
It burns.
It does a little bit, but it's like flavor burn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like spice. There's a lot of spices and just flavors and stuff. Like, this is a really good, strong liquor to drink. Because to be honest with you, I have a lot of bourbons, a lot of strong ones, and some of the strong ones, yeah, they're good, but I can't just sit and sip and enjoy. It's probably a time for everything. Maybe this isn't the time to there's the time, where I don't mind sipping something strong. I would like to compare it to other stuff, which I will later once it fully opens up and do like some blind taste testings with different things. But for right now, it feels like I can sip this by itself, and there's a lot going on, and it is really good.
Yeah, it burns, but like it's not terrible, but I can feel it on my lips. Like after I'm done drinking it, it's like my lips are like spicy.
I would like to try this up against Rare Breed too, because Rare Breed's 116 proof or 116.9, something like that. This is 115, so it's pretty close to it.
What does that remind you of? This
kind of like the Old Forest I already got, but way better.
What makes it better?
It's just smoother. If I pour the Old Forester, the 100 proof, which I think I let you try before, it just like, it's so punchy. It's only 100 proof. This is 115. And it's just that 100 proof is just really ethanol-y, Like I could barely smell the ethanol.
Yeah.
My nose is deep in this glass.
It's not.
I
it
barely
doesn't
smell
punch you in the
ethanol. I can't really taste it. I just taste flavors, spicy flavors, sweet flavors, like a bunch of different stuff. Bananas, like there's a lot of different stuff in here. And it is good. This might be, I would like to do a blind testing, but this might be the best bourbon I've ever had straight. And I'm going back and still have more flavors. I don't think it's like dulling out or anything.
I feel like it's making the candy corn that I just ate. Like I feel like it's like bringing out the flavor of the candy corn.
That's what it does. That's why I said usually it depends on what you eat and all that. It's gonna bring all that stuff out.
Because like it hit at the back of my throat and I felt more candy corn.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna get sweetness because there's corn flavors in here. Yeah, so this is good. I'm gonna pour some on ice just to see what it does with ice, and then I want to make a drink out of it. Yeah, so I'm gonna pour these on ice. And just swirl it around a little bit.
You like
It really brought out the spices more. I do like because it's cool. I just like cold drinks, but I think I have more flavors on this.
Oh.
This is more spicy. Yeah. All you get is spices. It kind of took the sweetness out of it and just brought out
a lot
of spice. So I think I prefer it neat. But what I would like to try, I mean, I can't do it now. It's on the ice. Maybe it's the water that diluted it. But put it in here and just put it in the freezer. Don't add the water. So I think the water opening it up brings out like all the spice notes. So it's sort of, to me, kind of giving me more of a rye taste. But whatever. We're going to make an old fashioned out of this. I'm just going to eyeball it. 1.5 ounces of whatever you have, 2 dashes of bitters, Angostura if you have that. I'm going to use 1 dash of this orange bitter because I don't have an orange peel, so I'll give a little bit of orange flavor in. Most people use regular syrup. I do have regular syrup, but it takes too long to freaking dilute and all that stuff. So
they use like regular
regular sugar. People use regular sugar, and then you get the grains in there. And I'll use a little bit of lemon zest in here. Squeeze it over the end, let it just go in there and add just a little bit more natural citrus to it. Swirl it. Give it the little swizzle swirl. That's what she always likes to call it. Can you swizzle swirl it? Swizzle swirl my drinkity drink. Oh my God, okay. No, that smells good. It's the lemon, honestly. You can smell it and you can try it.
Ooh, it smells so good, but I know it's not gonna taste good. This smells so good. If I was someone that has never had an old fashioned, I'd be like, what's this amazing citrus drink? Oh my God, it smells delicious. Ooh, I would have went in with the biggest sip.
Well, you're supposed to just sip it and you're not.
Smells amazing. Let's see. Oh my God, it smells so good.
I don't think it's going to be that bad because this is about as good as liquor you can use to make a drink.
Ooh.
It's got a kick of a mule.
It's strong.
Mule kick.
Ooh, but I like the aftertaste. Ooh.
That is really, really good for a freaking old fashioned. Really good. And being this high proof, really good. I would like to put this up against the best old fashioned I ever had. I made it myself and I made it out of Maker's 46. That was the best old fashioned. I made it similar to this, but I did have an orange I don't think the lemon's really doing it. I think this, bringing its flavors out, balancing with the bitters and everything, is really what's making this drink. Like, you have sweet, you have bitter, you have lemon, you have the orange in it. You have it's just really good drink to just sip and slowly, like, just enjoy.
It really isn't bad.
Right? It's really good. I mean, but then again, when you're up there with $60, there's probably like a lot of other bottles. I just would really like, for one, put this up against Old Fashioned 40 with put this up against Maker's Mark 46 in an Old Fashioned, and straight put it up against Rare Breed. So I know I'll do a video coming up where I'll do an Old Fashioned blind taste testing and try several different drinks out of it. But this is a really good bourbon, and probably, if not the best, one of the best. It's at least in my top 3, definitely worth the $60, because I know there's allocated bourbons and stuff that go up to 100 or hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the secondhand market. Like, this is definitely worth what it is, because it's always on the shelf. You can always get it for $60, and it'll beat probably a lot of those bourbons you're looking for hundreds of dollars if you just close your eyes and drink it. Like, instead of just, for rating this, damn, this is gonna be high. It has to be high. Like, even behind it, and just the fact that I spent $60, this is the most expensive liquor bottle I think I ever bought in my life. But I want to say this is at least a 9. Probably even higher. Like, I'll give it 9.25, and the only reason I'm not going to 9.5 is because I'm thinking there's something else that's going to be 9.5. But you haven't had that. So it took me a while even to get into bourbons. This is something I could have drank when I didn't even like bourbons. Didn't even like drinking bourbon. Me and my brothers used to drink Jack Daniels. I didn't really like it. I would drink because I was with them. Like, if I would have had something like this, I probably would have liked it and had drinks like this. Like, just something besides Coke with Jack. You know, not there's a day for it. You know, it's like you're in a little rundown bar and there's a little band playing that's not really that good, but Jack and Coke is on special, so you buy a Jack and Coke. But 9.25. What would you rate this?
I think I'd give it an 8. And I think I'd give it an 8 because I can drink that drink. I think it's crazy that I could actually drink this. Like, I don't like Old Fashions, but I could drink it if I had to. And I think I can tell that it's a quality liquor. It was just, even though it was strong, it was smooth, it was easy to go down, it had really interesting flavors. So I think I'd give it an 8.
So yeah, it was worth $60. And up till now, I want to say this is the best bourbon that I ever had. Yeah, guys, till next time, subscribe, comment if you ever had this, or you know of anything you think is better than this. Till next time, have a drink and drink with somebody you love.